Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Come to you live from our comfy couch here on the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon Reviews for September 16th, 2023, with your host, Bizarre2448 and Ramp It Up Salon.
Hello.
It's our final week of Ultraman Z. Hooray. I was just reminded watching the episodes, like, God, I really like this show. Because these final five are really freaking good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any thoughts on 21 through 25 in general before we get into them?
No?
Since we have 5 episodes to talk about.
No, I feel like that was a really strong end for a show that is on the short side question mark. Because I say that, but is it really?
Not really. Not in terms of like Ultraman standards.
Well, I mean in terms of just normal standards even. A lot of shows really don't run as long as Rider usually does.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense.
I have come to appreciate this is 25 episodes, we get our shit in and we get done. We don't fuff about, if possible. But excuse me. Anyway, we pick up with episode 21, D4. So the military have developed a new super weapon called D4. It uses the Yapul technology to more or less shoot an interdimensional beam to fuck people up. The initial test kind of left a massive crater in an uninhabited island. And it's like, this is okay to deploy. This will be fine.
Nothing will ever go wrong.
Yeah. They also plan to load this onto King Joe to have it fire D4, that also sounds like a brilliant idea. It's everything will be fine.
Yeah, nothing will ever go wrong.
So these GAF people are coming in and more or less running the show now, like overtaking storage because this is our territory now. They also don't like Zed because he's an alien. It's like the short and long of it. Granted, I don't think they trust any of the Ultras because, again, they're aliens. So, meh. They get it all installed and stuff. But unfortunately, a meteor hits that brings like a horde of Kelvin. Yeah, a horde of Kelvin are attacking now. So King Joe is deployed. Haruki and Wyndham is kept on standby for a while. They try to get Yoko to fire the D4, but she refuses. And then Haruki deploys with Wyndham. Wyndham gets fucked up. They have to go Zed. Eventually, Haruki and Zed have to go into space to kind of take out the main part of the horde so that they stop spawning. Which leaves Yoko alone with King Joe taking on the rest of them. Things don't go well enough for a while. Haruki and Zed take care of their stuff. But Yoko's backed into a corner, forced to fire D4, and it kind of backfires and starts trying to suck everything into whatever interdimensional space is the Yapul use. So Haruki and Zed have to shoot it with their beam to fix it because that's how space works, I guess. that's like the weird part of this is just like, how do we fix the the dimensional hole being ripped into space? We shoot it with our beam really hard. But that saves Yoko. But unfortunately, that gives Gaff the idea of, the Ultraman's beam contained D4. We probably need to look into this. Which takes us to episode 22, Individual Tomorrows. 3 days later, Gaff has pretty much taken control of storage. The whole lot of storage, I think, is at this. Well, no, they aren't really disbanded till later, but they're kind of on the outs. Or no, they are disbanded. So I'm getting the episodes mixed up. If you can't tell, I'm tired. But yeah, storage has been disbanded, so everyone's kind of scattered about. Juggler is AFK, investigating stuff. Yoko and Haruki are just spending time together. Yuka and Bako are helping the museum where Scavenger is. And because Bako, they've kept Scavenger in fighting shape for later. Because reasons. Also, Bako gets a really cool moment at the end of this, and we'll talk about it. But the Gaff has their brand new robot, the Ultroid Zero, which is Ultraman Zero with a bunch of armor bolted onto him. I don't know why it's not Ultroid Z instead of Ultroid Zero. It being Ultroid Zero feels weird.
Yeah.
Because Zero has shown up exactly once in this show. I'm like, if anything, it should be Z or G because those two have shown up twice. Or G's showed up twice and Zed's the main character. Why is this not a robot version of him? But when Yoko and Haruki meet up with the rest of storage, as Juggler finds out about Ultroid Zero, they get attacked by another one of the space pirate Barosas. Juggler intervenes to let it grow via boba tea, because sugar makes it grow or something. I forget the exact line. I just found it funny that all Yoko wanted earlier was like a boba tea, and that lets the monster grow because something sugar. But Yoko deploys in Scavenger. Haruki heads in with Zed. They fight the op hole. Juggler also intervenes as Zapandon. I believe. I thought Sabra showed up in this fight, but no, it's not till the next episode. But yeah, it's a big just brawl between all sides and stuff. The highlight of it is Billy Rock is bored by this fight, so he doesn't want to participate until Yoko tries to pick him up, and he's like, what will you do if you take me up? And she more or less is just like, oh, you don't want to fight? So you don't think you can take him then? Just bluff the sword into fighting for you, which means we get Scavenger wielding Belial Rock for an episode, which is adorable. But anyway, the Barossa gets blown up. Haruki tries to hit Juggler as he's transformed into Five King in this fight. That's about done. He blocks the shot with Ultroid Zero, so they get data on Haruki's beam so they can make D4 better. And that's where we kind of end the episode. Any thoughts on this first half? Because I guess we'll split it there, since the other three kind of run together better.
No, I mean, felt like it did a pretty good job of setting up literally the entire back half of it.
What is going to literally be the final fight of the show.
Yep. And also kind of proves that we do have a gremlin child here that is bad at his job.
Yeah. He is mad that he got fired and he's going to fuck some shit up.
Boy, does he.
Yeah. So we shall pick up with episode 23, Prelude to a Nightmare. So D4 is now stabilized. And they're going to use it in Ultroid Zero. Yoko's been chosen to pilot Ultroid Zero. Haruki's been hired to do security for not storage. Duke is at a monster research facility, and Bako is just being Bako. While Juggler is, again, MIA because he's plotting his Chaos Gremlin ways. But yeah, they're all set up for a test of Ultra Zero in D4. Unfortunately, a whole bunch of monsters wake up, and as Yuka puts it, all these monsters sense that Ultroid Zero was a bad thing, and they've come to fuck up the bad thing, essentially. So that's not a good sign.
Usually not.
If several monsters wake up simultaneously going, oh, I don't like the big shiny thing that just showed up. Fuck that. Murder it. So it's a big fight as Haruki and Zed step in to help Yoko in Zero. Fighting the monsters and stuff. Eventually, Yoko has to fire D4 to take out, I think, like 3 of the monsters, because Haruki got 2 of them. But it backfires and she gets knocked out. Haruki pulls her out, only for Juggler to step in and reveal himself as the alien he's been dealing with the entire show and be like, I'm stealing the robot, bye. And that's where the episode ends. This takes us to 24, The Game to Extinction. Juggler is stopped by Zebakura, who is now taking over the boss of storage at this point, because he was some security guy and he took over the captain, general, whatever his rank is. Nervous guy who's from Wizard. Because I don't remember his name, and I'm not going to look through these notes to find out.
Fair.
So the two of them are fighting. Haruki steps into the fight. Cerebro. But unfortunately, Haruki gets knocked out of this time. Juggler and Cerebro fight off some more. Juggler looks to take Ultroid Zero, but Cerebro's like, I'll kill Haruki if you don't give me the robot. And Juggler's like, fine. So he saves Haruki, but Haruki's Belial metal gets stolen. So he's now locked out of Delta Rise for like the rest of this episode and most of the next episode. But we follow Haruki as he wakes up in a hospital, like little while later, as he's like, "Oh shit, our boss was taken over by an alien, and our captain was an alien. Oh no, Yoko's in trouble, and Yoko is the one now possessed, and she hijacks Zero to more or less go on a rampage and murder all of the humans, because that's been Cerebro's plan this entire show, is make humanity build a weapon that will murder all of them." Fair enough.
I mean, probably better than a lot of the writers. A lot of the villains we've had in Rider kind of deal.
Yeah.
And by a lot, I mean the bulk of them recently kind of deal.
Yeah, because it's just a fairly simple, like, no, I've done this like a dozen or so times because I like fucking with species and making them literally make themselves go extinct because they make a big fancy weapon and I just take over somebody and be the pilot and I just fuck them up. And I just do that forever.
You know what I just realized?
What?
This is a Vault done right.
Yeah. Yeah. He literally is a Vault.
It's like, wow, okay.
Just a parasitic little shit that just wants to blow up a planet by making them make weapons that'll blow it up.
And what's bad is that really doesn't take away from anything. That's just a point of, that was good villain concept, just done poorly.
Yeah,
whereas
because
this is the same concept, but done good.
Yeah, because we blew up a vault too many times and he lived because bullshit. Because fucking hell, if the last 10 episodes of that show isn't just, we've murdered a vault. No, you didn't. We're gonna murder him again. No, you didn't. But yeah, Cerebro's using Ultra Zero to go around to all of these facilities that have monsters that are sleeping contained into them, and it's absorbing those monsters. And he eventually gets to the Red King from a few episodes back in the baby and murders them both before Haruki can really attempt to stop him. And because of all this, it becomes where's the name? Destrodos, which, funny little note, there was a vinyl announced for Destrodos before the episodes premiered, and a small little detail about it pretty much told us how the episodes were going to go, because there's a piece of Ultroid Zero's mask on the horn, or helmet, I guess, on the horn. So it's like, oh, so this is how this is going to go.
Whoops.
I mean, it's a part of the design, and what are you gonna do? It's not like we had context. It was just a case of, oh, we have the Ultroid Zero vinyl that looks like this, and we have the Destros vinyl that looks like this, and there's the little bit of Ultroid Zero's mask on the horn. I guess things are going to go poorly for Ultroid Zero in some respect. So yeah, now Haruki and Zed are having to fight pretty much the final boss of the show, and it goes poorly. None of their forms working. They pretty much just can only go to Gamma Future, and it's not enough. And Destros charges D4, and they try to counter it with their beam, and it doesn't work. And they take D4 on the chin, and it damn near kills them both. Again. Pretty much we get a kind of a, not necessarily a repeat, but kind of a mirror of episode 1 with Haruki and Zed talking, as Zed's pretty much like, I took the brunt of this, so you're not dead. I don't know what happens if we try to, fuse and fight again. So this is goodbye, probably. And that's where the episode ends. Almost. Because Haruki wakes up at a temporary storage HQ as we find out that Ultraman Zero has fucked up every military on the planet, and storage is all that's left. So Juggler has gathered together everyone from storage, and they're gonna go take back their base, go get the robots, and go rescue Yoko and blow up the monster. Because that's our job. Which takes us to our final episode, and I forgot the title. 1 second. Episode 25, Warriors Shining Beyond. So everyone's aware that Juggler is an alien in a little bit, because they go to the front gate of storage. They try to go in. The one lady from GAF is just like, no, you can't come in. You're working with an alien. You might be aliens too. And then Juggler immediately knocks everybody out because we ain't got time for this shit. World's at stake. Fuck off. But I do appreciate Yuka flipping out and is like, can I have a DNA sample? Can I have a hair sample? Can I maybe study you? Because dipping in a little bit of that mad scientist personality of hers. Also, as a note, Juggler's Dark Zed Riser has been busted in the previous fight with Cerberus, so he can't transform. So him and Haruki are going to take Wyndham and King Joe to try to rescue Yoko from the Destros and blow it up. So we get that fight set up. They fight Destros. It's not going well. They're on the back foot until a rocket fist comes out of nowhere, and we see that Bako is piloting Savenger. Once more, sporting pro tag energy. Because I also forgot to mention earlier, he fucking just roundhouse kicks the space pirate just out of nowhere. And I swear he's doing Meteor's pose. And he's ready to fight. What has this man done his whole life? I need to know. What is this man's story?
Especially with the point of, when he's driving Haruki and no words are exchanged and he manages to piece together, oh yeah, this guy's Zed. It's like,
yeah, Haruki's just yeah, he takes Haruki on a drive to
I feel like he has secretly been an Ultraman somewhere down the road.
Like I said, he's got pro tag energy. There is a story to Bako. And a part of me is like, I want to know. But another part of me is like, maybe don't tell us and just leave us in the dark.
Just to have him randomly show up in some kind of one-off special down the road kind of deal.
Yeah, just have him randomly show up in another Ultraman show, just being like, hi, I'm here to assist you with whatever mechanical issues there are. And it's a completely different Earth. And it's like, who are you? Oh, I'm this person from storage. And it's like, storage doesn't exist in our world. And he's like, oh yeah, I know. How did you get here? I phoned a friend. What friend? A friend. Don't mention who the friend is. It's just like, oh, it's a friend. But yeah, Bako shows up, and apparently the rocket punch just flies off somewhere else, because then he hits a drill arm. Because, again, Bako exudes pro tag energy, gets his own version of an arm for Savenger, because I don't think anyone else has used a drill arm the entire show.
Yeah, I don't think so. Usually the rocket fist comes back.
Yeah. But yeah, the three of them beat up Destros. Yuka pinpoints Yoko. So Haruki, pretty much, Haruki and the gang blow up the D4 cannon that's like covering the cockpit, and Haruki rips out the cockpit, flies up with Destros, and in the process, I think pulls Yoko kind of into like that dimension he has with Zed to transform, because they talk to each other and like they do the whole arm wrestling thing and Haruki wins. But I noticed that the sound that plays before it is the same sound for when the gate opens for Haruki to go in the transform. I don't know if that's supposed to mean anything or not, but it's just something I noticed.
It actually might. And that would probably make more sense then.
Yeah. But it snaps Yoko out of the possession, and Cerro like breaks off and just merges with Destros. But unfortunately, in the process, the cockpit gets knocked out and she goes flying out of it. Haruki abandons King Joe and goes diving after her. Thankfully, in the process, Yoko picked up the Belial medal, and as Haruki's diving for her, the medal changes. So now the two of them work together to put the stuff in the Zed Riser midair as they continue to fall, as everyone else just has to look on. I do love that they summon Zed in person, and he doesn't catch either one of them to like make this, less dangerous. It's like, Zed, you are physically here in person. Maybe you catch the two of them while they're doing this transformation. But Haruki and Zed go Delta Rise. They catch Yoko, drop her off, fight Destros with Bellyrock's help. Back and forth affair. The D4 cannon regenerates. It fires. Bellyrock absorbs it. And it is like, it's been fun. I'm going to give you an opening. It literally carves a path through the laser into the cannon and sacrifices itself, like just blowing apart in order to destroy the cannon again.
Wow. Quote unquote sacrifices itself.
Right, because since it's based off Belial, it's like, oh, I could just revive because, Toku villain genetics. I'm never dead. I just come back whenever I needed. But it blows up the cannon, sends back Destros. Unfortunately for Zed, that breaks him out of Delta Rise, dropping him into his base-ass base form. Like, not Alpha Edge, no, his original form, pre-fusion, with him and Haruki. And they're down until Storage and crew, rally them back for the fight. And now it's just a full beatdown against Destros, as the D4 cannon regenerates again, fires again, and the two of them have to counter it again, this time with the beam. But this time they're able to push it back and also make the letter Z in the process with the beam, because these two are incredibly dumb and also extra all at once.
I mean, yeah.
They share exactly one brain cell, and it is to do dumb shit like this, and it is wonderful.
They share exactly one brain cell, and it is shaped in the letter Z.
Yep. But they counter back, they blow up Destros. Day is saved, and I love this scene so much because, hey, the day is saved, and much like at the end of every other episode, the two of them are going to go flying off, making a Z in the sky. They make it just over the storage crew before Zed literally flips midair and just crashes to the ground. And everyone's like, oh, fuck. Oh, no, they're dead. So they scramble over. They find Haruki flat on his back, kind of just in and out like, hi guys, I'm okay, probably. Everything hurts.
Love that he even made the comment that he tried to do a cool leave and that kind of happened. And it's like, yeah, fair.
Haruki right now is finding out that there are so many things in your body that can feel pain. And somehow they do right now. Because I'm sure Zed's warning of, I don't know what's going to happen the next time we transform was a sign of, it's probably not going to feel good, and I'm sure Haruki does not feel good.
It's one of those that probably was a warning of, you are either going to feel like you want to die or you will be dead. Don't know which one.
Thankfully, it's the former. But as the storage team congratulate Haruki and drag him off to a hospital, Juggler breaks off, stops Cerebro from running away, and also changes into his suit, like the suit and tie he normally wears, and grabs his bonsai tree. I guess he had time. But Yoko and Hibikura capture Cerebro for study. I don't feel bad for him. Because he's probably going to get dissected alive.
Probably.
And Juggler just walks away like, I did what I wanted to do. I'm going to leave now. Bye. So once more, Chaos Gremlin does as he pleases. But as we end off, storage is reformed. Just minus their captain and also Haruki, because he's on the leave with Zed to go hopscotch the galaxy and help out people. Because it's just what they do now. So all storage say bye to him. Haruki does say he'll just be back for holidays and stuff. Like, he's not gone forever. Just, we got important stuff to do, aka we got to go appear in crossovers and stuff. So the two of them leave, and I do appreciate the cute thing of Haruki and Zed both doing the schwa jump as they go blasting off. Also, Bellerock drops back in to be like, what? I'm not leaving. I'm not dead. I'm sticking with you two because this is fun. And the episode ends off with a in memory of the writer that passed away that I don't remember the name offhand, and I feel bad for that. But that has been all of Ultraman Said. How'd you feel about your first proper Ultraman show?
It felt like it went quicker than it probably should. But at the same time, I didn't really have any complaints with it.
Yeah. I feel like most of the New Gen shows are this length. They're only about 20 some odd-ish episodes. I think Trigger is a little longer. I think it hits the 30. I forget what Decker's length is, but they're all this short, and I kind of appreciate being this short because I don't know, it feels like a breezier watch.
I'm fine with it being shorter like that, but at the same time, I almost feel like they could do enough to where they could go longer with them.
Yeah. But I'm also thinking...
It's one of those that I don't necessarily think it should ever reach rider length.
Oh, no.
Because that's where a lot of rider shows hit a problem, is because it's that long and it's hard to do for that many episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But even, I could see mid-30s even being a good point kind of deal.
Yeah. But I do know that like Tsuburaya also does a lot of multi-character crossover stuff. So as the ads we got in the episodes, the absolute conspiracy, that actually is the setup for Zed. Like the whole inciting incident of like the monster stealing the Zed Riser and the medals and stuff. That's him. That is happens at the end of that special, and you see Zed and Zero blast off to go, start this show. It doesn't have anything to do with those events, but it's just one of those things that happens at the end of it to be like, okay, this takes place actually before the show, and is its own thing entirely, featuring all these returning characters and stuff. And then the next one, which is Destined Crossroad, has Zed show up, and they have to give one line of, "This is why Haruki's not here. He's busy on an alien planet helping the people rebuild, and him and Zed are just separate for the moment."
Somehow.
Weird thing. Yeah, just what they do. But then Haruki and Zed do appear in Trigger for a couple episodes, much like how Riku did for a couple of episodes in Zed. I don't want to do Trigger because Trigger's not that good of a show, but I do appreciate their 2 episodes because there is an incredible, these 2 people share a single brain cell moment when they are trying to transform with Trigger's device because the Zed Riser is busted. It pretty much plays out of Haruki gets the basic understanding of how to access the dimension again and how to like put the thing in the new device, but no one told him how it works, so it leads to a really funny scene. Again, these two characters share one brain cell, and it's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, well, there's that. And then there is episode Zed, which is Trigger's movie, which features the return of Zed, Haruki, and Zebro, actually. Because Zebro also shows up in that movie. So that's why I'm kind of okay with like Ultraman being shorter, because I'm like, yeah, no, these characters are going to appear again and again in like future crossovers and stuff all the time. Like, this won't be the last time we see Haruki and Zed by any stretch of the imagination. And since Tsuburaya is good with their continuity, they'll be in character the whole time. Hooray. But yeah, Zed is wonderful. It really got me into more Ultraman and stuff, so we'll probably do another Ultraman show on here at some point. I don't know which one, though. We may do a reverse ordering where we go back to Jeed and then maybe Orb to explore Riku and Juggler respectively.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that is not what we're doing next. Because what we're doing next. What we're doing next is we're gonna give Saber a second chance. Tommy quit the show early on. I really didn't like the show and struggled to watch the entire thing. Honestly, without Achilles' like Toku Tuesday nights, I probably would have dropped the show, because I did drop the show for several weeks. Which is to have an idea of like how kind of crazy that is. I've been watching Rider Weekly since Forze. The only time I think I may have skipped episodes is maybe Ghost and maybe Saber. So yeah, we're gonna give Saber a second chance. There is no promise we're gonna make it through the whole show. because I am not going to guarantee that in any way, shape, or form. It is a chance for the show to maybe not be the bottom of the tier list for us.
Very, very slim chance, but yeah, chance.
Yeah. But we'll be rolling the dice starting in 2 weeks and seeing how Saber goes. But between now and then, tomorrow it is Memory of Heroes races of survival mode of various characters. Next Thursday is a return to Indivisible. Next Friday is the start of Payday 3. And next Saturday will be TGS, where we'll talk about the direct and the state of play. And I think maybe some news from Tokyo Game Show if anything interesting comes out, because it is that weekend. But we'll see on that. But if you like what you're seeing, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Chipping away at that affiliate goal at TGS Network on Mastodon.social and at TGS Saloon on Twitter. We'll give you updates when we go live. Next point Discord and chat is listener link. Drop by, say hi. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.